Guys, it's Jeremy here at Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. Good afternoon today, guys. This next installment of my hard rock slash metal CD collection. We're up to part 11, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Definitely go to my playlist and check out the other videos to see what else I got in my collection. Again, these are not in any kind of order. They're just kind of random. Some are by band to some degree because they were in order at one point, but I'm still waiting to get shelves behind me here. So they're kind of chaotic and kind of all over the place at the moment. So let's jump right in, guys. There's about 30 or 35 more CDs to go through here quickly. The first one I got here is definitely an iconic album. It's Venom with Black Metal. Probably my favorite album from them, either this or the debut. Really like this album. Really raw sounding. Sloppy playing, but it sounds amazing. Always love this album. It's kind of more of a black and roll kind of sound. That early primitive, kind of pre-black metal sound. They were definitely influential to all metal, like black metal and death metal bands. We love this album, really good stuff. And then we got Children of Bodom with I Worship Chaos. Love Children of Bodom, was heavily into them in the mid to late 2000s. And love this album cover. Love this band, great melodic death metal band. One of the few to really incorporate keyboards and stuff really effectively. Great guitar leads and solos. Alexi was a great frontman, great guitarist, and definitely miss these guys. I wish we could still have new music from them, but rest in peace, Alexi. He passed, unfortunately, way too young, but I was always a big fan of Children of Bodom. I think I have most of their stuff. I think there's only one or two albums of theirs I still need to pick up, but really good band. And then we got the band Offermod Tiamadu. I'm not really familiar with this album, to be honest with you. It's one of those ones I got from like Seasons of Mist. They had like a mystery box, buy 20 CDs for $30 or something, like super cheap. And I just kind of on a whim just bought one of those just to see what I could find, discover new bands or whatever. And this album I remember being kind of black metal from what I remember, but which is not really my thing, but it's still in my collection. The next one here is more of an alternative band, Wolfmother. I really dug these guys back in the day. This is from 2006. Had some cool songs in here that I really enjoyed. Woman was the big single of theirs. Joker and the Thief was a big one too. I just really enjoyed this album. It was fun to listen to. Something a little bit different at the time. And I still bought up the odd alternative album if there's a couple singles I liked. So I enjoyed that album. And then we got Candlemass, Death Magic Doom. Huge Candlemass fan. Love doom metal. Love the grimy, kind of deep riffs of doom metal, the kind of atmosphere. And Candlemass does it really, really well. I think this might have been the first album of theirs I bought. This is 2009. So yeah, I still need a ton of their stuff. I only have I think 3 or 4 records of theirs. I don't even have Nightfall yet, which is crazy because it's one of my favorite albums of all time. But yeah, this is a great album. All their stuff is solid, really good discography. And just really good doom metal band. The next couple here are from the same band. Kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. It's Avenged Sevenfold with City of Evil. Most guys into metal will see this as more a poser band or whatever, but when you really listen to their music, they have really good songwriting. The drummer was insane back before I know they got a new drummer afterwards, but their initial drummer was insane. The guitar riffs are catchy, not super heavy by means, but I don't know, I just dug their songs, and I kind of fell off of them. At one point, I haven't bought the last 2 or 3 records, but I have 4 or 5 of them, their earlier stuff, and yeah, at the time I really dug it, but I kind of fell off of them after a while. I kind of moved on to other things. This is another Avenged Sevenfold, self-titled. I think this was pretty much my favorite album by them. It had Almost Easy, Scream, Afterlife, just some songs I really dug from the band. I think this was my introduction, and I kind of bought up some of their other stuff afterwards. And I got Avenged Sevenfold. This is Londinium Seventh Trumpet, I think it is. Another one of their releases. I don't remember going back to this one as much. It must not have made much of an impact, but I still have it in my collection, so it's still there. And then we got the Mighty Amon Amarth with Jomsviking, one of the more newer releases. This is on Metal Blade Records. I don't see it. 2016 looks like. Love Amon Amarth. I was, again, one other band I was super heavy into in the mid to late 2000s, kind of around the same time as Children of Bodom. I bought up all their stuff. I still need their latest release, but I find the last like 2 or 3 albums to be kind of samey. They're kind of putting out the same album over and over again. It still sounds really good. It's heavy, great tunes and stuff, but I find it's kind of, they're at the point now where they're kind of pumping out the same album over and over, but it is what it is. And then we got great Canadian thrashers, Annihilator with Never Neverland, their sophomore album. Love this band. Great Canadian thrash. Their first 2 albums by far are their best, but they do have some really solid material throughout their whole career. Most people only cite their first 2 albums, but don't sleep on their latter material stuff, guys. It's really, really good. And then we have their debut, Alice in Hell. Probably my favorite album from them. Jeff Waters is a riff master. Writes some really crazy riffs, and just love this band. Really good stuff. Really good album. And then we got one of the more recent albums, Ballistic Sadistic. Really good stuff. Cool, like, cover with the, I can't remember what it's called, that thing with the hologram, like it moves. But really good album. Really enjoyed this one as well for the latter period material. Really good stuff. And this is the album actually before Ballistic Sadistic. It's For the Demented. Cool album cover on this one as well. Really good album still. This is from 2017, so pretty recent. And yeah, love all their stuff. Really good band. And then we got Armory with Mercurion. Kind of a traditional metal band. I blind bought this on CD and Records when they had a deal on one time just because I love the album cover. And they actually did have one of their other albums on there I kind of want to pick up because I really enjoyed this album. Really good stuff. Great vocals, great riffs. If you're not familiar with these guys, definitely check it out. And the next couple here are from my buddy Mark Aruda over at Metal Never Dies. I guess when he started getting back on YouTube, he came across my channel and he sent me a couple of his releases to kind of review and check out. So thanks for that again, Mark. If you're not familiar with Mark's band, check them out. They're called Aquila or Aquila. I do apologize, Mark. I think it's Aquila. This is Val Mortalidis. I think it's like an EP. Comes in like the paper sleeve here. CD in the middle there. Really good band. I did review these guys on my channel. This is another one from them, Jewel of the Empire's Crown. Really cool artwork as well. But they're kind of like like metalcore, some death metal elements mixed in. Mark's got some great vocals on there. Great riffs on their band as well. I really enjoyed listening to these records, and yeah, it was definitely really solid material. So if you're not familiar with Mark's band, definitely go check him out. They're on Bandcamp. Go support them. Buy some EPs, some shirts, etc. And then we got their latest release, The Great Fire. Really good stuff. Cool artwork again. I love their logo. Really good stuff. Keep up the great work, Mark. Looking forward to more material from you guys and your solo project as well. We're definitely killing it, my brother. And the next one we got here is Anthology, thrash metal band. I think they're from South America, I want to say, but I'm not 100% sure. Another blind buy from CD and Records. Really enjoyed this album. Pretty solid thrash. Pretty good stuff. And then we got the Canadian Legends Aggression with Fragmented Spirit Devils. First album I picked up from these guys. Really old school thrash metal band from Canada. They had an album back in the 80s. That was a huge influential album, and they kind of disappeared for a long time, and they put out some more albums the last like 10 or 15 years. Definitely want to pick up all their stuff, but only have the one album at the moment, but really good album. And then moving on to the next stack here quickly. Next ones here are another alternative band from the 90s. One of my favorite Canadian bands of all time, the Tea Party. They have a very unique sound. They're kind of alternative. They mix in some like Middle Eastern instruments, sitars, and some kind of Middle Eastern rhythms and stuff in their music. But this one is the Interzone Mantras. Really cool album cover on this one. Jeff Barton on lead vocals. Definitely has like a Jim Morrison vibe to him. Really good band. If you're not familiar with these guys, definitely check them out. They were just on tour in Toronto like yesterday or the day before. on this kind of like old school nostalgic festival. Kind of pissed off I didn't go, but you haven't seen Tea Party live in quite a while, but really good band. Heavy riffs, really unique sound, Jim Morrison style vocals, just really good stuff. And then we got one of their older albums, Splendor Solace. This is one of the ones I don't have the front cover for, but really good album, a little bit heavier compared to some of the other stuff. And then we got Triptych. Really good tunes on this one. Heaven's Coming Down is kind of a more ballady song. The Messenger is really good. Just some really good tunes on all their albums. Really solid material. And we got The Ocean at the End, one of their somewhat more recent albums, 2014. They had a big gap where they didn't really put out anything for a long time. Really simple packaging on this one, just kind of a basic digipack, and that's the guys there, 3-piece band, but really good band. Definitely check them out. And we got Transmission from them. This is another one I don't only just have the front CD part. Great songs on this one though. The title track, Temptation was a big song. Army Ants, Psychopomp, Gyroscope. Yeah, I remember listening to this back in the day. I really need to play these guys more often. It's been a little while since I had them in high rotation, but I need to listen to it a little bit more. And then the next one we got here is another one. Actually, next couple ones look like the ones from that mystery box. This is Chaos Star Anomina. Another band I don't really remember, to be honest with you. It was one or two listens and I kind of shelved it. But I'm not sure. If you're familiar with this band, let me know. Another Seasons of Mist mystery box buy. And then we got Ramming Speed with Brainwreck. Again, another album I don't remember too much offhand from. It's just in my collection still because it's part of that box. And then we got The Gathering with the West Pole. Again, can't really remember much about this album. I think it was like a atmospheric kind of proggy album if I remember correctly, but I don't remember too much about it. And then we got Fintroll. Fintroll I definitely know about. They're like pagan kind of like a pagan kind of band. This is part of that mystery box, but I definitely know who Fintroll is. Like they're a good band, good stuff. And they got one of my favorite bands of all time, Power Trip with Manifest Decimation. Their first album, really good album, probably 9 out of 10. But their second album, Nightmare Logic, is a masterpiece and a top 10 album of all time for me. Rest in peace, Riley Gale. Fucking I love Power Trip, they're so good. And we got a couple really classic albums here. Ozzy with Bark at the Moon, definitely a must-have. I still need quite a few Ozzy albums, honestly. I still need Blizzard of Oz for some reason. I never picked it up. But Bark at the Moon's got some really good tunes, really good solid stuff. And then Die of a Madman, arguably my favorite Ozzy album from his solo career. Over the Mountain, Believer, Sado, and the title track is so epic. Rest in peace, Randy Rhoads. Some really epic guitar playing on that album. Really good stuff. And then we got Trivium with The Crusade. Earlier album from Trivium, really good stuff. A lot of metalheads shit on Trivium, I'm not sure why. They're heavy, the vocals are good, the riffs are catchy. I don't know, I enjoy Trivium, I really like it. Maybe it's like a guilty pleasure, I guess you could say, but I always dug their music. I saw them live a bunch of times. Matt Heafy always interacts with the crowd, really fun guy. I don't know, I always dug Trivium, I like their stuff. And then we got Trivium with Vengeance Falls. Another great album. The song Strife on this one is really good. But another solid album from them. And we got Times of Grace, The Hymn of a Broken Man. This is the side project to Killswitch Engage. A couple of the guys broke off and kind of did a side project. Really good album. I saw these guys live at the Heavy TO Festival in 2011, I think it was. And killer lineup at that festival, and I was really happy these guys were on it. I really enjoyed this album, and I was happy I could see them live. And then we got The Who, Then and Now. This is kind of a compilation album. Love The Who. For an old school band, they have some really good tunes. I listen to it from time to time. And then we got back to another Trivium album with Shogun. Really good album. Cool art cover on this one too. Down from the Sky was the big song on this one. But again, love Trivium, great album. And I got another Trivium here, In Waves. This is from, I think they're mostly on Roadrunner Records. 2011 looks like. I think this is the special edition, like digipack version. Really good stuff. Love this band. Really good albums. And the last one here is another alternative band, 3 Days Grace with 1X. It's All Over, Pain, Animal, I Have Become. This is their kind of big album that broke them out. And yeah, I dug some of the radio hits and I picked it up for cheap. And yeah, I still have it in my collection. Good stuff. So that's it for me, guys, on this one. Stay tuned for part 12 coming up shortly. And until next time, keep it metal.